Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming a mini demo and mini review on the Becca x Chrissy Teigen Face Glow Palette. Glow Face Palette. So if you're interested in seeing my opinions on this palette, then keep on watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. And let's go move on to this demo. Okay, so let's start off with the face. I'm going to be starting off with the Becca Cosmetics Backlit Priming Filter. I have like really little of this left. Yeah, everyone's perfect. Okay, thought I still have good. Okay, I'm just going to take it out. And I'm going to just apply this. Like that. I really like this. It's a very subtle and subtle and like beautiful glow from within type thing. I'm just gonna blend it out with my beauty blender. I don't put this all over because I don't want, even though it's very subtle, I don't want it like all over my face, you know. I'm gonna start with, let's see. I'm just gonna start with the foundation. I'm gonna be using the Luminous Silk from Giorgio Armani. My tan is fading, as you can, I don't know if you can tell, but like it's fading in my hands. I told you it fades the fastest. So yeah, just gonna use that. And just obviously put that over. This is like a glowy, like tutorial type thing. And just, that's why I'm using this foundation, so. So that's all the foundation I'm going to use. Now I'm just gonna kind of like spot conceal, mostly covering up my redness. I usually have some on my chin, my redness, my darkness. Still dealing with a little bit redness from my dermatitis, so I have that. Since I'm just doing a very light eye, I can like run my concealer or my foundation through my eyes. Going to highlight. This is my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Aquaconcealer, and this is in light medium. This is like very liquidy, so. Okay, so I'm going to set my concealers, areas I highlighted with my Airpsun powder. The corners of my nose, just to make sure that is all the makeup is set. And my forehead. And I'm going to use my Benefit Hello Flawless just to set the rest of my face. I'm going to be using my Marc Jacobs The Face One powder. This is the Benefit Air Patrol, so I'm just going to apply just a teeny bit. I'm not going to apply a lot since I did go over my concealer over my eyelids, but I just want that extra primer because my eyelids do get really oily. Now I'm going to lightly set it with whatever leftover powder is on my beauty blender. And for the start of the show, we're going to be using the Becca Cosmetics x Chrissy Teigen Glow Face Palette today. I got this a while ago. I got this when it first launched on BeccaCosmetics.com when they had that glitch where you had to purchase two in order to check out. You can just purchase one. It was like a website glitch, but I got two anyways, and I just got one from my friend Tatiana. And I got this. I'm so excited. Like I said, I purchased it off BeccaCosmetics.com, and it was my first time purchasing, so if you are a first time customer purchasing from their website, you get 20% off, I believe. I'm not quite sure, but it was an extra discount because I usually buy all my products from Sephora, so it was my first time purchasing from Becca Cosmetics website, so I got a couple dollars off. And it's so pretty because it has this like marble-ish pink packaging, and it says Becca loves Chrissy, and I love Chrissy Teigen. She's so funny. I love John Legend, so I'm all for it. Okay, so I believe this palette was $46. It comes with one highlighter, one bronzer, one illuminator, and then one blush. So this is how it looks like. It kind of matches my background, huh? So it has this, the same thing, this really like pinky, light, pastel colored marbling on the palette. And it says Becca loves Chrissy. And it has like a clear protector. I'm just gonna rip it off. Not like, the palette is kind of heavy, but this is not like metal or anything. It feels like rubberish. Rubbery. So cute. And I love that it has like the names in the back. It has a huge mirror, and it has this clear plastic that I will throw away. So it comes with, I think you look at it like this, right? So, okay, I don't know if I'm telling you correctly. So obviously this is the bronzer in Malibu Soleil Hibiscus Bloom Blush, and then Rose Gold highlighter, and then Beach Nectar highlighter. Sorry, I don't know why I said illuminator. It comes with 2 highlighters, obviously. So both of these big pans are highlighters. So both the highlighters are bigger pans than the bronzer and blush. Some people do mind because some people like bronzer more, or some people had wished that they all came in the same size like pan form, but I don't really mind. So we're gonna use this on our eyes today. Okay. Going to take this Morphe M504, and I'm going to take the Malibu Soleil bronzer. This bronzer has a little bit of shimmer, so it's not a matte bronzer, but I'm going to pop this into, I'm going to pop it into my, onto my crease. This is my first time trying out one of Becca's bronzers. I've always, they came out recently, but I've always wanted to try a Becca bronzer, the new ones that came out with the really pretty packaging. This is going on really nicely, actually. I'm just gonna build it up to my desire. Palette doesn't smell like anything. Keep building this color up. It's really pretty actually, and it looks really nice once you keep building it up. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but that's really nice bronzy. I'd probably, if I'm going for like a no makeup day, I'd probably just throw this shimmery bronzer on. It's not like shimmery, but it's definitely not matte. There's a little bit of like shimmer on it. I'm just saying, this would probably be like a really nice no makeup day. Bronzer to throw on your eyelids. Obviously I wouldn't do it this dark, but take like another brush and see if I can like put a little bit more depth in it. This is my Morphe R38. I'm just going to focus this on the outer corners. Okay, I like it. I'm feeling this palette so far. So now I'm going to use both the highlighters. I'm going to mix them. I'm going to use a brush like this, the Bdellium Tool 776. Forgot to mention that it does, sorry I don't want to blind you, but there is like an embossment on here, but once you start using in the highlighter, it will go away. I'm going to, first I will show you how it looks like without spraying, and then I'm going to spray it. So pretty. Wow, this is a really nice, easy eye look. Now I'm gonna foil it. I'm gonna use my Laura Geller Spackle Mist. I'm gonna cut it kind of far away because it's really aggressive and it's like sprays a lot out at once. I am definitely feeling this like palette on my eyes right now. Okay, so I am going to finish the rest of my eyes and I'll be right back to do my face with this palette. So yeah. So everything that I'm wearing that I didn't show on camera will be listed down below in the description box. So I'm going to bronze up my face now using Malibu Soleil bronzer. I don't know. Oh, okay. I'm gonna take my Luxie 504 angled brush, and I'm just going to, I don't know, okay. Let me just bronze it up. This brush is small enough to just like go right onto the bronzer. So let's bronze it up. Bronzer is coming off a little red on my face. Oh, no, I feel a little bit. Okay, so I don't know if I want to keep using this because it doesn't. Since it's shimmery, I usually am not going to put a shimmery bronzer like on the contours of my cheeks, but I really just want to see how it looks like. I am not feeling how it looks right now, so I'm going to take like a regular bronzer, my Marc Jacobs Tantasic bronzer, and I'm just going to bronze it up just a little bit. Take my Morphe M551 powder brush. It's just like a big loose bristled powder brush, so it's not going to give me any like too much bronzy, you know? And this is matte. So I added that bronzer. Now I'm going to use like a light bristled brush. Not a light brush, like what do you call it? I'm gonna take this Bedazzling Tools 965. I'm gonna take that Malibu Soleil bronzer again, and I'm just gonna apply that like on top of my cheeks and then like kind of go over it just to warm everything up. That's how I usually use a shimmery bronzer. You know, just give it like a light bronze all over, but like I would never put it in the hollows of my cheeks, but I just wanted to see how it looked like, but I didn't like how it turned out, so no big deal. Just because it's shimmery bronzer, I like the little luminosity that it gives. I'm liking how just applying the bronzer like to my cheeks really lightly and like kind of my nose. You know, just put it all over the place, but not like in the hollows, and I think it looks better like that. And it just gives that very luminous, bronzy glow. So, yeah, I like that. Okay. I'm going to apply some blush now. This is the Hibiscus Bloom blush, and it's also like a shimmery blush as well. I'm going to use my Dose of Colors Angled Contour. Wow, that's really pigmented. Okay, I'm gonna, I topped off the excess. Okay, let's apply this. Oh, I really like this. It's like a really like nice Chrissy Teigen glow. It's so pretty. This is the blush that I always, the blush color or like something similar to what I see Chrissy Teigen wear all the time in her like pictures that she posts on Instagram, and like when she gets her makeup done, this is like the same exact cheek color that she wears most of the time. It just heightens her like chubby cheeks a little bit more, and I just really like this blush. Okay. And this blush is also shimmery. I do have a little bit of texture on my face right now, so it does kind of heighten the it does kind of show the texture. It does kind of highlight the textured area a little bit more, but I feel like once my breakout and texture kind of go away, then it should be fine. But I still like it. It blends really easily. The shimmer is not too shimmery, so it's not like all over the place. Even when I applied the Malibu Soleil bronzer all over the place, it still looks really like glowy and natural. I really like this. So I'm going to take the Malibu bronzer again, and I'm going to pop that into the lower lash line. My Bedazzling Tools 755, and I'm just going to kind of deepen it up. So I'm extremely sorry if my lighting is like going to orange and then light, orange and then light. I'm not quite sure why it's doing that because I have two soft boxes on the side of me and then a ring light directly in front of me. So I'm not quite sure why it's kind of turning orange. It might be because of my background, but I'm not quite sure. So let's move on back to the palette. Let's go to the highlighters. I'm going to be using both of them. Actually, I'm going to try using Rose Gold first, which is the one right here. It's a little bit lighter, and this one is a little bit more peachy pink in tone. I only decided to get this palette because I do self-tan sometimes, so I do end up using a darker foundation when I self-tan because my body is really dark. But if you don't self-tan and you're very naturally fair to light skin tones, then I wouldn't recommend purchasing this palette because you won't be able to use this palette as much as you think you'd be able to, because these two highlighters are more aimed towards medium to deep skin tones and they're going to be most flattering on them. Chrissy Teigen is she's not very tan, but she is a little bit more like medium skin tone, so it will be more flattering for those who kind of have her skin tone or a little bit deeper. It's going to be the most flattering on them. So if you still want to get this palette, I'd still recommend it just because it's a really nice palette and you can use these shades for your eyes, not just your face. As you saw in the beginning, I did use this as an eyeshadow, the highlighters and the bronzer as an eyeshadow for a very like glowy, summery look, for like a very easy eye look that you can do every single day, like no-brainer type. But this is a really nice palette, I do have to say, but it really is unfortunate that it doesn't aim towards fair to light skin. Get on to applying the highlighter. The highlighter brush I'm going to be using today is, where is it? I'm going to be using this Dose of Colors setting brush, but I'm going to use it as a highlighter brush. I'm going to take rose gold right here. I'm just going to apply it. It's really pretty. Becca is like, I love Becca highlighters. Like, they're really expensive, but they're really, really good. And they are just like, just so amazing with their highlighters. So I knew I wouldn't be disappointed. I'm going to take a smaller brush. This is the Luxie 229 Tapered Blending. I'm going to use this to apply in the inner corners. Just mix both the highlighters and put it in the inner corners. I'm going to take rose gold and apply it onto my nose. I really like this palette. It's so pretty. So this is the end of my demo. Let's move on to the review. I personally really like this palette, but like I said, I can only wear this palette or the highlighters, and specifically when I am a little bit more darker, when I self-tan. Other than that, I will not be able to wear these when I am very like my pale skin tone. But you can use these highlighters and bronzers and blush on your eyes if you'd like to. The blush and a bronzer you can pretty much use on any skin tone. I personally think it's very light, but you can always build it up and just put it on top of your cheeks. And then the blush will flatter any skin tone, but this palette ultimately will flatter skin tones that are similar to Chrissy Teigen because she is quite tan, so they will flatter medium to deep skin tones. But don't worry, if you want this palette, I'd still recommend it because like I said, you can use this other ways. Only the highlighters I'd say that you won't be able to use on your face if you are a fair to light skin tone, but you can use it on your eyes like I did. And I always mentioned, just because they are highlighters doesn't mean you can't use it anywhere else. So I really like it. They are very, very easy to blend, goes on really nicely, not cakey at all, just like any other Becca item that you may have used. Highlighters blend in seamlessly. The blush is really pretty. I wouldn't recommend putting in the hollow of your cheeks just because it is shimmery. I did read somewhere that the makeup artist that did put this on Chrissy used the bronzer as a contour, which is very weird to me because I don't know if I personally wouldn't use the shimmery bronzer as a contour. I like to use something matte and then I will put a shimmery bronzer on top of like my cheeks and then just a little bit inward, but the shimmer is not too overwhelming in this palette. I don't know if you can tell, but I put the bronzer like kind of on top of my cheeks and then a little bit all over my forehead and then the lower part of my face, and it doesn't seem to be like overpowering shimmery. And this palette is $46 US dollars, and if you have not purchased from Becca Cosmetics before, I'd highly recommend to do so to get a couple dollars off this palette. Not self-tanned, you can clearly see that I am really pale. Like I said, the highlighters will not look good on me when I'm pale. I am not the darkest I am right now. That my self-tan has been a couple days, so it's kind of like washing off and wearing off today. So I highlighted my nose with the rose gold and Beach Nectar highlighter on my nose, and you can tell that there is like a pinky-ish peachy highlighter on my nose, but on my face not really, because on my face not really. Even if you do, I just have to blend it out really well, but I probably use a very light hand on days where my fake tan is coming off and wearing away. I do have a friend that did wear rose gold before, and it looked very, very pretty on her. It was so flattering on her skin tone, but she is like medium to deep skin tone. She was like really tan when she used it. It looked very gorgeous on her. So anyone that is medium to deep skin tone, I'd recommend getting this palette because it's going to look gorgeous on you. So if you got this palette, let me know how you like it. And if you didn't, let me know if you will end up purchasing this, because I believe it is limited edition, so I would snag it. This is the end of my demo and mini review. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.